Hello and welcome to CGNgames and the Late Night Gaming Show. Welcome to episode 54.
Ooh.
Jodie, this is taking a long time to get through these 50s.
I know. I think we're just enjoying the 50s. I think that's what's happening.
I wouldn't say that the 50s have been good to me. We've had some difficult times, but this is the Late Night Gaming Show and it's all about happy hippos. I wish it was about happy hippos. Wouldn't that be boss if we played Happy Hippos live on the show? It wouldn't be
That'd
live,
be
but
sick.
it'd be, we should do that.
Yeah. Just get a camera over the top, just watching. Yeah. Or a massive version of it. Just get one of those bouncy castles that you have like rope attached around you, and then you got to fly to the middle and just like grab all the balls.
That got real big, real fast.
That'd be class. Could you imagine?
So Hungry Hippos may be on the show soon. But before that happens, I'm going to go into what we've been playing this week.
What you been playing this week?
Welcome back. It is time for what have we been playing this week. Jodie, what's been going on in your life?
Oh, my friend, we've been playing good old Days Gone this week.
Nice.
And I mean, I'm very impressed. From what people have said, I'm very impressed. And I think people are just being a bit stubborn about it.
Well, what seems to be for me is that the critics aren't that enthusiastic about it, and I get why from that perspective, but people seem to generally be really enjoying it.
Yeah, I think it just brings the beauty of Last of Us into an early game before that comes.
Oh,
I
okay.
think that's the game that's getting us ready for the second one of Last of Us.
I've heard it described as basically a mashup of The Last of Us and Horizon Zero Dawn, which is...
I've not played Horizon Zero Dawn, so I can't comment on that one.
What a game. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Straight up 10s all
Wow.
over the place.
Wow.
I don't know if it was actually, but I'm going to hold it off till reviews. I was about to go into it.
Let's not go into it.
But no, I've been enjoying it as well. I think it's helped that people have had low expectations of it.
Yeah.
I think if people had like God of War level expectations,
Oh, yeah.
people would have been really disappointed. But I think because
Oh,
like the
really?
critics have been around like the 7, so it's like an very average game. People haven't been expecting it as well. And one way you can tell, I know this is my world here, but when it comes to collector's editions, generally games that aren't that amazing, they just like always have them in stock for ages. And Days Gone had them in stock all the way up to basically the day it came out, and then basically loads of people were saying they were really enjoying it, and that's when everybody just buys them out because they think it's going to be worth loads. But that doesn't usually happen for crappy games. Can we say crappy? Yes. I'm not even going to ask them though. I'm not even going to ask.
No one ever comments anyway. So
Exactly. So it's always okay. So yeah. So I'm glad I actually had one pre-ordered, and then I cancelled it because I thought it looks tiny and it's poo. So
Yeah, I wasn't really keen.
it was just poo. And if it didn't have the zombie on it under the tyre, I'd be fine. I'd be all down for it. I wouldn't really, because I don't collect. I'm not going to leave it there. I clearly collect, but I don't really collect PlayStation stuff anymore. So it's all about the Nintendo.
Okay.
What are you looking at in this room, Jodie?
Just looking around.
There's not that much going on.
No.
It's all Nintendo stuff now, the way it should be.
Sad times.
It's good times.
It's not sad.
Which brings me on to my next game,
stuck
unless
in
you had
a
any
rut.
other games that you've been playing. What else have you been playing?
No, I've literally not played anything else. That's the only game that I've played this week.
So I started playing a game yesterday,
All right.
a frisbee game.
Oh.
So I have been playing, and I've got it right here, just ready for us.
At least you're ready this
So I
week.
got Windjammers through from Limited Run Games. I've done an unboxing of this on the on our Nintendo Switch Daily channel. I have, but it's not there on this second, but it will be by the time people are watching the show.
I was like, it's not there.
So yeah, I ordered this a while ago. This was a game, right, that I'd been intrigued about, but I never wanted to pay the price for it because I thought it was a little bit too high. And then Limited Run Games did a collector's edition, and that's like, that's quite a unique little collector's edition. So I jumped on. I'll give you a little sneak peek. I'm not going to do the whole thing because then you won't watch the other video, and you should because it's boss. But Kablamo, you actually get a frisbee.
It's awesome.
And I got the pink one, which I was both happy and sad about because I actually wanted the blue one. But, well, there's something special about the pink one. You'll have to watch the video to find out. But yeah, I thought it was really cool. And the game's actually pretty good. I still don't think it's worth the price we charge for it on the Switch, on the eShop. No. But it's actually a fun little game, and I recommend a purchase if it ever goes on sale. So it's kind of like extreme tennis. That's the way I describe it.
But frisbees.
But it's cool because you can like do crazy shots and you can like fling it in the air and go.
Fair enough.
And of course, I've been playing Days Gone too. So there you go.
There you go.
Anything else to add? Nope. Moving on. It's time for the news. News.
It's time for some news, yeah. It's time for some news.
Welcome back. It is time for the news, and I am trying to always condense this down to 4 news stories now.
Well done, Tim. I'm very proud that you keep it at 4 stories.
I'm doing it now, but you know it's going to start creeping up again once things get crazy.
And that's when I start falling out with it again.
So, we are going to start off with some magical Nintendo Switch news, as always.
Let's go.
And this is one that got me excited, and then kind of, in the space of about 10 seconds. So, there's a rumour going around, Jodie. That Forza Motorsport, the Xbox franchise, is coming to the Switch.
Yes.
So we've already had Cuphead. We pretty much know that Ori and the Blind Forest is coming. It's coming. They haven't said it, but it's coming. We've had... What was it called? Hellblade. So Microsoft's just getting them all on there. But... before you get excited, this is like Forza Horizon 4 or something, or something crazy like that would be interesting to see how it would run on the Switch, because it'd struggle. It's a mobile game, so it's coming. Okay. There's a Forza game coming to mobile, and it looks like that is going to then be ported to the Switch.
Okay.
How does that make you feel?
Mixed emotions, because I'm literally just in it for the Lamborghini. That's it. That's all I'm in it for. Once I played on the Lamborghini, I'm happy to just let the game sit there. It's
one of them where it's like, it could be good, and it could be bad. Like, I used to be a massive Asphalt player. I decided like I was going to say something else then, didn't I? So I used to be a massive Asphalt player.
Okay.
So Asphalt's like one of the really popular games on this. That looked like I was just doing something. There was just some dust flying in my face, so I just pushed it in the air. The particles.
It's not real.
So the new one came out recently, and it basically drives itself, and I'm just like, what's the point in playing this game, because it practically plays itself. Like, you don't accelerate, you don't brake.
So what do? You
just turn it a little bit. Sometimes you don't even do that. Sometimes I'm pretty sure the new one, you can literally have it just follow the track for you, and you can just press the boost button every so often. It's really pointless. In fact, I think it literally does that, and then you choose, like, you'll come to, like, in the middle, like, you'll be going down the road, and it's like you can go left or right if you want to, and you can pick one. It's really poo. It's awful. Mm-hmm. But, so it kind of depends. It could go a couple of different ways, but I'm excited for Forza to be on the Switch, though, if it is actually, like, pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, like, that game was, like, all about the scenery as well, like, because the scenery is so in-depth, so, I mean, I don't think... the Switch is as powerful as it is the Xbox. So
well, it's not. So I think it would struggle, but I would imagine this game, from what I've seen, it looks like it's going to be like sort of the setting of the Horizon games. So it's not like on a normal track, like the normal Forza games are. But basically, it's like the open world aspect of it's gone. So you can't like just drive wherever you want. It'll just be races. But it will be in that sort of a setting. So, it could be good. It could be bad. But only time will tell.
Only time will tell, Tim.
Next, people got really excited because Borderlands 3, they finally showed us some gameplay. It looked good. I thought it looked good. Some people didn't think it looked good, but I thought it looked good. But, Jodie, microtransactions are back. The evilness, which is microtransactions.
We've talked about this so much. Like, this
is all we talk about. We should just call this podcast basically Tim and Jodie's microtransaction hell.
Yeah.
I will be the voice of the microtransactions if you want.
I'm the microtransactions and I'm coming to steal the joy from your games.
So so basically a while back, the CEO of the company who makes Borderlands, he basically went, no, there's gonna be no microtransactions in our games, don't worry. So then
The lies.
now it's come out that there will be, and it will be like all cosmetic stuff. But so a lot of people were like, what happened? I thought you said no microtransactions. And their response was, we don't think that skins and cosmetic stuff count as microtransactions. It's only if it's like changes gameplay, like guns and stuff. Jodie, what does micro mean?
Many things.
Small. Yes, mini, small. What does the word transaction mean?
You're changing hands of something.
You're paying for something. So if you're spending a small amount of money, if you're spending that to get something, would you say that was a microtransaction? Yes. So if I spend a little bit of money on a skin, is that a microtransaction? Yes, it flipping is a microtransaction, you moron. Oh, corporate speak is the worst. It's blatantly microtransactions. It's so stupid. I've never heard something so... Oh, it doesn't count as a microtransaction unless you're buying a full gun. Oh, so like in FIFA, no microtransactions because the players don't have guns. Are you stupid?
Dumb.
I get so upset about this stuff, Jodie.
I heard there was a rumour that, I don't know if it actually happened or it's actually happened. It might have been old news. But they were like doing microtransactions in FIFA for footballs to get different skin footballs. I was like,
I've lost faith in humanity.
you literally...
We're going to get to a point,
You're
Jodie.
never going to see
You're
the
going to get to a
skin
point
of the football.
when you're going to be doing microtransactions for different coloured frisbees. That's where we're at.
Mate, that's not
There's
far
no
out.
microtransactions in here, but it will happen. We know
Oh,
it will.
yeah, it will. It will.
Oh my gosh.
It's like Fortnite with the Avengers thing going on.
You have to pay for it.
You got to pay for your battle pass, but then you got
Oh.
like, it's just the normal layout. But of course, you can pay like 20 quid and jump a lot of levels.
I might do that because I've not played this game. I don't really. I don't really. I literally haven't played it in like months.
No, I'm not.
So yeah.
But you could have all the Avengers stuff.
But is that in the battle pass?
Yeah.
Wait. No, you're telling me.
You
no,
can get like
no.
Black Widow's outfit.
No, you're lying.
You can get Iron Man's
You're
outfit.
saying that the battle pass itself is a Marvel battle pass.
I'm pretty sure from what I've saw.
Right, Jodie, you're lying.
And then you can go
it's-
in the
I'm
game.
sure it's just a mode. I think it's a mode. I think you've gone too
and then
far,
you can go
Jodie.
no, you can get the skins, like the skins. But then
Right.
you go in the game, and then you got to go and find the stones, and then you've got to like you can use the shield to like hit Thanos, and you can use Iron Man's gloves to shoot things from, and Thor's axe.
It's not going to be in the battle pass. Though.
hammer.
It's not going to be a Marvel battle pass, is it?
I think majority of it.
Jodie,
All right,
you're lying.
I'm not.
You've got to be like, right.
I literally.
I
watched
wanted to
something
pause.
last night.
I literally wanted to pause, but my Switch isn't here, so I'm gonna have to do it after. I think
Mine's over there. But I'm
you're gonna
not
have to
checking.
update it though, aren't you?
Yeah.
Right. I can neither confirm nor deny Jodie's remarks. I've got a feeling that there's no way that's true, but I might be wrong.
I'm not like I'm like 70% that that's true. Like because I've literally seen one video on it. And
If
that's
it's
it.
true, Jodie, that's the rest of my time off gone. I've got some time off at the moment, and it's gone. So, yeah, microtransactions. Oh, so people are quite upset about that because that is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. Absolute tool. But we still love people, just not
We do.
microtransactions. Love the, the saying, love the person, not the sim. This isn't the case in this. This is love the person, not the microtransactions.
Some people say that saying's completely wrong and
They
you
do.
shouldn't be doing it. You shouldn't be
do.
talking about that.
They do.
And I just find it very rude that people would think that. But anyway, there you go. Anyway,
And that is our theology debate over for today. Moving on. Number 3.
Number
Epic.
3.
So
What are we
Epic and the
on for?
Epic Store
yes.
upsetting Steam users. I think it's great. I think it's funny. Sorry guys, but I actually love that Steam's got competition, and I don't know why people
Definitely.
are upset about that. It's in the same way if I'd be really sad if Microsoft disappeared from doing gaming because then PlayStation just has free reign to do whatever they want. and screw people over. Like, I think it's great. But Epic have gone a little step further, and they have bought, Jodie, Psyonix, which makes Rocket League. I don't know how I feel about it, just because I feel like Psyonix are my boys. My boys. Not that I'm saying that females don't work there too, because they do, but my boys. And I've been there since Supersonic Acrobatic Rocket Power Battle Cars, and I flipping love them.
I can't believe you can say
feel
that
like,
straight.
oh my gosh, I've had a lot of practice, Jodie. But I feel like I put the hours in to make that happen. Me personally. Me and my friends. Probably over 200 hours plus, which I know some people like, played 1,000 hours on Rocket League. Yeah, but when it was like a little indie game that nobody cared about right at the start of the PS3. Hours of enjoyment. Just...
I literally came on it last year and played for about 6 hours, and that was the end of mine.
But you played it, Jodie, that's the important.
I played, that's all.
So, yeah, so they bought them out, and the reason this is interesting is because actually Rocket League is like the 5th most played game on Steam, and they think that they're going to pull it from Steam towards the end of the year.
Oh, definitely.
So,
put it on Epic.
Yeah.
That's definitely what's going to happen.
I think it's great. And I'm sorry for all you Steam users, but I don't even know why you're even watching us right now, because we don't care. I'm joking. I've got Steam. I've got like probably a few hundred games on there that I bought for like pennies.
I've heard of Steam.
Jodie's heard of Steam. That should make you feel good about yourself. But there you go. We're not PC players.
No.
We're Switch players. We don't need you to say anything else past
PlayStation.
that. All Switch players.
PlayStation.
Moving on. Number 4.
PlayStation. Oh, boy.
My favourite, Jodie. Retro Studios.
We're clapping.
Just that's it. Retro Studios. So Retro Studios, the minds behind Metroid Prime. Also my boys and girls. My boys. So, you know, recently they were given the task of creating Metroid Prime 4 because whoever was making it before did a terrible job. And now they're hiring tons of people. They've got listings for jobs just like, whoa! So if I was in game making, I'd be applying for every single one of those jobs. I'd do it all myself. But because I am not technically inclined that way, I can't, and it makes me sad. They should hire me as like a fan. I think my job is to basically go into the office.
You're the guinea pig fan.
I go into the office every day. I just go, guys, and I start crying. And guys, you're doing incredible work. You're doing the Lord's work. That's what I should do. And then it encourages them all to do a better job.
Really?
Don't you think that's a good job?
I
should be their chaplain.
I think you should be just the guinea pig fan. Going, play this and tell us what you think.
But it's already great. I don't need to see it. It's already great. I think I should be Retro Studios chaplain.
I don't.
I think I should come in and just be like, guys, again, doing the Lord's work. I'm just going to go around and bless you all as you create the best game ever made. Don't you think?
No.
Redemption, Jodie. My boys are coming home. My boys are coming home.
Okay.
The prodigal son, Jodie.
Prodigal son.
Retro Studios left. They left. They left the home. They built Donkey Kong and it was fine and whatever. Disappointed
And
me.
then they went downhill.
But then they came home, and boy, Jodie, there was a feast waiting for them. I've got hundreds of pounds to buy hundreds of copies. So there you go. And with that analogy gone, we're going to move on to our next section, which is what's out this week.
Can someone tell me what's out this week? Hey-oh.
Welcome back. It is time for what is coming out this week, and we've got 3 games on the list, and they're all Switch games,
Oh, yes.
which Jodie is super excited for.
Oh,
as always,
yes.
it's all about the Switch. So Jodie, as always, I will tell you what the most noteworthy games are this week.
I just think
and
that
then-
this show should be on Nintendo Switch daily because it's always about the Switch.
Hey, we had stuff about Borderlands 3, which isn't on the Switch. We had stuff about Epic Games buying.
Yeah, that will
Come
possibly
on.
end up on the
Come on,
Switch because
50%.
everything's clearly ended up on the Switch.
So I'll give you the rundown of the most noteworthy games coming out this week, and then Jodie will tell you what to buy. So number 1, we've got Saints Row the Third full package. So this is an open world sort of Grand Theft Auto style game with loads of I think this has got superhero stuff in it and all sorts. I don't know.
Next.
But I don't know loads about it. But I'm saying it's just that. It's like in a city, you go around, shoot stuff and whatever, I don't know.
Next,
we've got Mortal Kombat 11, which came out on PS4 and Xbox One a couple of weeks ago. Or was it last week? A couple of weeks ago. And it's now coming out on the Switch, which you can, you beat people up, you rip out the spines, rip out the faces, and so on and so forth. And then you've got the equally violent game, which is Farm Expert 2019.
Oh, mate.
Which, slaughtering those pigs for bacon.
Gotta get them bacon butties somewhere, don't we?
Jody's farm's called Bacon Town.
Oh, yeah.
So Jody, that's your three games.
I'd make bacon out of chicken because I'm not keen.
Right, Jody, right. Jody, we need to have a chat.
I mean, you can get chicken sausages.
Jody, right, we need to have a long chat. Right.
Well, this is after the show.
Right, bacon. Bacon don't come from chickens.
I know, but you
can't make bacon from chicken. How do you make chicken bacon?
I don't know. There's a possibility. They make chicken sausages.
How?
They make chicken sausages, so why can't they make chicken bacon?
Jody, I've never heard of a chicken sausage.
I have. And turkey sausages.
Right. Clearly, Farm Simulator is a must for Jody, well, farming expert, because she needs to learn about the whereabouts of bacon.
I did animal care for like 3 years, so I should know.
And the bacon topic never came up.
No.
So Jody,
because they're all vegetarians and vegans.
Sounds like my hell or heaven, because they won't eat the food, so it gets more food for me. Yeah. So Jody, Saints Row the Third full package, Mortal Kombat 11, or Farm Expert 2019.
I'm going with Farm Expert 2019.
Wow. Well, I know about those sausages. Chicken sausages.
I will make chicken sausages.
Bacon.
And chicken bacon.
You have chicken and bacon.
No.
But chicken bacon.
But isn't that like a hunt? Isn't that like called a hunter's chicken then? You wrap the chicken in bacon and
I think you have to put barbecue sauce on it too.
Oh.
This has took a weird turn.
We are clearly motivated by food.
But the pick of the week this week is Farm Expert 2019. There's so many like rip-offs of Farming Simulator now. And all the covers look exactly the same. I feel like that's a tactic because then you'll buy the wrong one accidentally. So I don't know how this one is.
Oh, this is the wrong one. I just want that one that we watched that time when the IGN did the unofficial version of.
Yes.
So I just want that one.
That was good.
I was like, that was boss.
And if you don't want to buy that,
we're not.
There's always Windjammers.
Or
Or you can just buy a frisbee and go outside and enjoy the sunshine with a frisbee.
I said to him earlier, we should take that to the beach and we should all play frisbee.
You knew that was a joke. You knew that was a joke.
I was thick.
You're not using a limited edition frisbee. That's where we are in 2019, by the way. That nerds like me get protective over limited edition hot pink frisbees.
Hot pink. Not blue, hot pink.
And on that note, we're going to move on to our next section, which is reviews of the week.
Oh, it's time to get funky. The reviews of the week.
Welcome back. It is time for reviews of the week. And this week's review, although we haven't finished it, is going to be Days Gone.
Oh, yeah.
So, Jodie, what is your first impressions?
I think it's good. So, I put the disc in. And I
Plugged the disc in.
Plugged the disc in.
Chicken bacon, plugging discs in. What world are you living in?
Clearly not this one. And within the first 5 minutes of playing, it started glitching on me. So the bike would just stop, you'd still hear the sound, then he'd jump a little bit further. I was like, what is going on? And then it went okay for a while. And then it's glitched a little bit more. I just think because I've got the older PlayStation, like the 500 gig one, I just think it's just not strong enough for the game. That's what I personally think, but I'm not 100% sure on that.
So, I mean, some of the glitches and stuff have been reported, like, on everybody's. So you shouldn't actually be expecting technical issues like the bike not going the right speed and things like that. It should be more things like graphically. It should maybe struggle with more, or like the frame rate. So
Yeah, but my bike doesn't work, so...
Has that been the case for, like, the whole thing?
No, it worked at one point, but then it went back to slowing down when we came near zombies, as if, like, I really wanted to stop. And I'm like, I don't want to stop. Keep going. I've got this kid I sat on the back of my bike that I need to get to this place to get her to do this. And it's just like, yeah, whatever.
Oh, okay.
Have we done the bear?
Yes. Well, the bear went wrong for me.
Yes.
I mean, like, it technical problems.
Oh, okay.
So what happened was, right, I had this plan. So I saw the bear, I pooed myself a little bit. And I thought, this ain't going to be good. And I thought I'll just jump on my bike and run away. But it doesn't let you get on the bike.
No.
So I spotted, like, something explosive near a car. Like a barrel or something. And I thought, just pull it in near the and I think that's actually what you're supposed to do.
Oh, I
because
didn't do that.
it actually came up as like a little hint. It said like this will damage, like explosions will damage bears or something, or difficult.
And also bring the freaks near you.
So I was like, I'm going to do that. So I was sneaking up, right? I was sneaking up and I was like, I'm going to just like try and think, whoa, and then he'll chase me. So I basically snuck up on him and I shot him with like my pistol, whatever, just to get his attention. And then he just liked it. He just liked it that way. And I was like, where's he gone? So I was running around this area for ages because it was right near this river and there's like a broken bridge. So you can't get past it. Or else even if you try to, it goes like, if you try and cross over the river, it goes like moving out of mission area or something.
Yeah.
And then the bear's on the other side and he's just running in circles. And I was like, what the heck? So then I was like, what am I supposed to do? So I was just lobbing stuff over the bridge to try and get his attention. And then he just appears behind me. I poo myself. So then I run down to the river and I'm just like going like this, but he can't fit down the steps. So the bear runs all the way around and then it basically gets stuck on the other side of the river again. And I'm just looking at it. And then I was like, screw this, I'm just going to shoot it. So I was just shooting it loads, got its health down loads because it's just on the other side. And they just started chasing me. And then I was like, I just want to shoot this barrel because I want to see what happens. Refused to go near the car, so I just shot him in the end and he died.
Do you know what happened to me? So I didn't get that hint. Like, literally, it didn't tell me.
Well, he said it to
hint.
me later on. I just thought I'd give it a shot.
Yeah, but like it just even didn't say it. So this bear comes running after me. Do you know the garage at the side?
Mm-hmm.
I literally run in through the back door, and the bear can't fit through the back door, so it jumps through the wall, right? But then it turns round and then starts to run to the wall and then gets stuck. So I'm like, well, what do I do? So I tried moving around, and I just thought, sack this, and just shot it for like 10 minutes straight. And I'm like, I'm wasting all my bullets, but I don't care.
So it looks like nobody seems to have had the right experience of that bear.
No.
But I've had the weirdest technical problem I've had is I was driving up to one of those medical unit things where you get in, and I was like, like now I've learnt my lesson to cut all of the speakers first. I was like, I'll do that. So I drive up and I was like, I walked through this like barrier. I was like, that's weird. And I looked at it and I didn't even twig, but it looked like it was like a big barrier of something like full of sand, like a cover or something. And I was like, hold on a minute, what the heck is this? And then I'm just looking around and nothing's got textures. Nothing has got textures. All the buildings are just flat. All of the all the stuff, there's just no texture to it, and they're in like weird shapes. And I was like, what? The cars, it just I don't even know, it's just blobs. And I was like, what the heck is going on? So then it wouldn't let me, I couldn't, there was no collisions, so I couldn't like hit anything or walk into a wall or anything. So I just basically went up to the medical bit and I just walked through the wall, picked up the vaccine thing, and just walked out. So I didn't actually do anything because I just walked through, because there was nothing there. I just walked in through the wall into the building. And I was like, what the heck is going on? So then I came out and the entire world had no textures. So it was just like the road and some grass were textured and everything else was not textures. And I was like, what the heck is this? And it was just bizarre.
Yeah, I fell through the floor.
Oh, that's always the best when that happens.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't know what happened, but I just kept falling, and the camera's watching me fall. Like, this camera, just see him going, and falling down. I'm like, I don't know what to do at this point anymore. And then another section, I was trying to burn down a nest, and ended up inside a what are those things?
Wasn't it a shipping
called?
container?
A shipping container, yeah. And I was like, I can't get out because the doors are locked. So I had to reset that. And then I went to the section where the shipping container should have been, where I got stuck. And it was a shelf. I was like...
It was a shelf?
It was a shelf. It wasn't a shipping container. And I'm like, how does that get confused with a shipping container? So that's my experience so far.
So then the only one that, apart from walking through walls and things like that, the thing that I had that was the gameplay wise what caused me a problem was the thing I sent you. So I ran into this horde, which I think is just like the best part of the game, but I was shooting this horde and they were chasing me and it was bad, and I killed them, and I was like, it took a while but I wasn't prepared for it, but I was like, I've done it, it's all good. So then I'm like, I'm just going to wander back up to my bike, and I'll just drive off. Cool. So I get up to the top, like my bike's parked on top of this hill near this tower. So I get up to my bike. As I'm about maybe 5 or 10 meters away from my bike, literally a horde just appears. It's like, but it's like it dropped. It's almost like somebody was holding all of these zombies like just off the ground about this much and just went, and they all just went, oof. And I went, oh no. And they just stood up, turned around, and all started chasing me. And I was like, what the heck? Just like appeared out of thin air. And I was like, so I'm running away, and I'm like, for goodness sake, I've got to do this all again. And bear in mind, like, there shouldn't be, there's not like two hordes that just join forces to take you down. Like, there's a horde here and there might be one over there, you know what I mean? So it shouldn't be there. So they all start chasing me, and I've like used up nearly all of my ammo and everything on the last one. So I'm just lobbing all this stuff at them, and I'm like, within about 10 seconds they're on me, and I just chucked a load of stuff. Just thought, what I'll do is I'll get them all to chase me round this rock. I'll go round, back up to the top, and then jump back on my bike and just ride off, because I can't do this. I come round this rock, like it's like a sort of like on top of a hill, so it's like you can't see round it. I go round the rock. This guy on a motorbike comes down the road the next way, and he's being chased by a horde. So I come round this bike just goes past me, and this massive horde just comes running round the other side. And I'm basically just sandwiched in between two hordes. And literally, I'm not even excited, I died within about 2 seconds.
It was quite literally funny to watch as well. Like, I just laughed. I just saw it, so
then I was like, I died, and I was like, right, at least whatever the heck happened there, it'll be fine. And then it just reloads me at the tower, and the horde's just right next to my bike. And I'm like, what do I do? So I just got out 3 pipe bombs and just chucked them all, and then just ran away.
Just as casually as you did.
20 minutes later, just about survived thanks to my crossbow. I was just like, when I killed them, I was like, what an achievement, because I already destroyed them once. I have no ammo, and I've done it again. But yeah, it's just like when you've got like hundreds of them chasing you, it's just crazy.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have a panic attack when that happens to me.
Yeah, but I mean,
the
thing is, it's not actually that bad as long as you can like run forwards. They're always like really close to you, but as long as you're just running, they actually don't tend to actually really catch you. So once I literally worked that out pretty quick, and I wasn't panicking as much at that point. The only time I panicked was when I was getting chased when I got to the bike the first time. I was running. I turned around and just started to run, and I realised I was running into a fence, and I was like, poop. Because then I had to basically run through. So, yeah. So to me, like, the horde part of it is just the best part about it. And the actual first time I experienced the horde, it was quite funny, because there was just a train.
Yeah.
And I just saw two of them in a train, and I thought, sweet, I'll just chuck a Molotov cocktail in there, set them on fire. Set 2 of them on fire. And clearly all of the horde just appeared in the train at that point. And they all just started coming out of this little tiny training last game. I don't know if that was a technical problem or not, but just hundreds of them falling out. I was like, I was not expecting that. And that was my first experience. But yeah, it's just so fun to do that.
Yeah, I ran into that train as well. But they saw me. And they literally, I thought, I'll just get these 2. Literally got off my back, and about 10 of them run out. And they continued. I was just like, I'm out, bye. And then the worst thing was, that's when the bike slowed down as I was trying to drive away. And he's going, And I'm like, no.
Are you sure you put petrol in the...
Literally, I'd not run out of petrol once yet, and I was just like, no, I need to.
I've run out once, and it was really annoying, but I don't feel like it's my fault. But yeah. But anyway, I think like that's one of the things that the game's quite good at. I think it is the stories to tell. Like, I think I've not had that since like Zelda Breath of the Wild, where it's like you know, like we're just chatting, like you won't believe what I saw yesterday, or like, you know, this happened to me, or this horde started chasing me and it happened like this. Like, I feel like although a lot like all the stuff are in the same places for everyone and stuff like that, I feel like people experience them in different ways, and that's kind of cool for people sharing about that. But I think the game, I understand now more, because I remember when there was the previews and stuff that when news outlets got to play and stuff, and they were saying like the game's really average. It basically does what loads of other games have done before. Like, there's nothing new here, but what it does really well. And like they were almost annoyed that it was good in that way. And I think that's probably sums up the best, really. Like, it's a really average game, but it's still really fun. And the bits that it does obviously take from other games, it does them really well, and it is really fun. I think the most annoying thing for me is just the fuel. It just annoys me.
Oh no, I just keep it topped up.
Well, I do as well, but I just think it runs out way too fast. I've even got an upgraded tank at this point, and I still feel like it runs out. Because I thought, that's why it runs out, because you'll get upgrades to it later, and I've got upgraded ones, and it still just feels like it runs out way too fast. Like, I feel like I should, at some point in this game, I should be able to drive from one end to the other without having to get petrol.
I do.
You've not been to the other end.
I've literally driven from the camp where you first be able to like sort your bike. The guy who robs your bike basically and sells it for bits. From him up to the other one that's got like the campfire outside.
Yeah, that's not the other side.
Well,
but
I did it in one trip.
But you know what I mean? I'm just like, it just shouldn't be. But even so, like, even if you got to that camp, your petrol will be so low that either you've got to pay a load, because it costs loads of money to refuel, or you've got to go out and find it, and that's where you get caught out, because you'll go, I'm not paying that. So then you've got to go out and find petrol. Where, little tip, the petrol cans literally spawn in the same place every single time. So once you know where one is, you can just go to every time.
Yeah.
But, you know what I mean? I'm just like, then you've got to go out and then you get stuck, and I just feel like it's just dumb. I'm sorry, like, when I get in my car, I don't drive to the nearby town and then, petrol's run out, better fill up again. Like, I get that it's trying to add in like a survival aspect to it, but it's just not realistic at all. And it's stupid.
Your petrol engine just might not be good at all.
Well, clearly not. But I've upgraded it, Jodie, and it's still annoying.
Still, that might still not be the good one. It might be leaking and all sorts.
It's not leaking. Mine's
Have
not.
you fixed your bike?
Have I fixed my bike?
Yeah.
Are you serious, Jodie?
Yeah.
Clearly, I've fixed my bike. But yeah, I just feel like it's an aspect of like, it just takes away a little bit of exploration, because you're just like, there's been times I'm just like, I can't be bothered going up there to get like that sightseeing token or whatever the heck they call them.
Yeah.
I can't bother going up to it because my petrol's just going to run out. I can't bother. You know what I mean? It's just, yeah.
See, where I'm the other way around and will go to it now. Because I just like the feeling of thinking, if my petrol ran out, what would I do in that situation? And I've never had the petrol.
I've had it run out once where I was trying to. I don't feel like the game's very clear where some things are sometimes, but there's one of those medical centre things that were on top of this hill. But the map didn't really show that there was a hill in it, and the only way you could do was to do a bike jump. And clearly the bike just can't do the jump, and I died so many times just going over this stupid jump, and it just wouldn't make it, and it would just die. And then my petrol was so low that I just stopped, and I was just like, well, this is annoying. So then the only option is, so if you're like right in the middle of the map, you then have to walk all the way back to town, or find a petrol can, which probably won't be around there, and then you can we're okay. And so you walk back to town, and then you can bring your bike back for 50 cents. It doesn't even make sense. Like, it's just so dumb. It just doesn't need to be there. And the other thing that annoys me as well is that every jump, like if you do a jump on a bike, it damages your bike. And if you hit a zombie, it damages your bike. So basically the fun part of riding around the bike, it punishes you for it.
But why don't you just like keep your supplies filled then?
Well, you can, but like it's basically like going, oh, I'm having fun. There's a wicked cool jump over there. Shall I do it? No, because then I'll have to get off my bike and fix it. Like, it should be going, oh, there's a sick jump there. Go for it, have fun. But it's like, nah, you want to do fun things? No.
So there's this bit, right, where you've got to chase this guy around for the woman. And I was chasing the guy around halfway through. My bike actually just stopped, like, because I'd crashed into zombies and all sorts. And literally, I thought, I'm going to lose him, but I need to get off my bike and sort it, otherwise it's going to blow up on me. So I cut off and I sorted it. And I literally drove up, and he just sat there waiting for me. I was like, that's not much of a chase, is it? When you just sat on your bike waiting for me.
So it's just like, it's like things like that where riding around your bike should just be fun. And it's just like, I just feel like it takes away a bit of the enjoyment. And there's things that don't make sense, like while you're driving around as well, people might snipe, like use a sniper rifle and shoot you off. I literally had a moment where the sniper rifle missed. I thought, I'm going to stop and get off my bike and shoot her. So I literally, my bike had practically gone to a stop. I got shot. My bike just torpedoed off. And then it was like literally, so basically if you ever get sniped off, regardless of how fast you're going, even if you stopped, your bike's, basically it will go to 0 and you'll have to fix it from 0. And I'm like, it makes no sense.
I've been sniped a few times.
Yeah. But sometimes there's no, you can't, it's impossible to escape it. And it's just little things like that where I'm just like, it's just a bit dumb. Yeah. And I just think like the riding around on the bike should be the most fun part. And I think like doing jumps and stuff is what you want to do, but it's like it's basically actively trying to get you to not do jumps and things like that because it'll damage your bike. And I'm just like, that's so stupid. Yeah. So stupid.
I sent a horde after a camp because they were like, we need to get rid of this camp. So I literally like undid all the bear traps that were at the bottom of this hill because they clearly put it there to stop the horde from getting up. And I undid it and shot really loud so that both of them could hear me. And you could hear them all just like running up, and I just went, hide. And just like, and you just see about 30 of these things come around the corner and the camp's wiped out.
I was really hoping you were going to say I hid, but they found me.
On one of the attempts they did, because I thought that was the end of it, but no, a second lot came out behind him, but that's sad.
Which then brings me to my final. We're really hating on this game now. This has gone on for a long time, and I blame you, man. But this is a grievance I have, and it's because of Breath of the Wild. And we knew that this was going to happen, Jodie. We knew we were going to have problems with this. But since Breath of the Wild, it doesn't make sense that you can't climb everything, and it annoys me. But I have had about 3 occasions where there's been these medical centres, like I said before, on top of hills. And there was this one in particular where basically it's like I drove up to it because I thought, oh, it's just at the top of this hill. And then the hill basically goes a tiny bit more steep like this. Clearly a normal person would be able to walk to the top of that hill. But no, you walk up to it and it's just like, it's like he's just turned into a weirdo and he's just like this. Just walking into the wall. And I'm like, lift your leg up and put your foot on the top. That's it. And he's just going. I had another part where I was talking about that bike doing that jump. You can clearly just climb up the side of the hill. There's basically like rocks in almost a path formation. I was literally about this far off the top. And again, all you'd have to do, again, is step up and he just goes. And I'm like, it just infuriates. Usually I'd just be like, in a normal game, I'd just be like, oh, it's just the boundary or whatever. Now it just frustrates me so much because I'm like, you can clip, there's something at the top there. I know it's there. And clearly you can make that walk. You can do all this crazy stuff. You can kill hordes and all this, but you can't lift your leg up to get on top of a hill.
Yeah, but not everyone's good at climbing. And you might not.
You don't have to be good at climbing. Watch this, Jodie. Right? I'm not the best climber, but watch this. Like this high up. Oh my word, I just completed Days Gone. But that's literally what it's like, and it's so annoying, and I can't tell you, and it's like, it clearly is like, the only way you can do it is by doing this bike jump. Oh, you mean the bike jump that you don't actually want me to do, because then you'll break my bike? It's upset. So there's just those little pet grievances.
I had that with the bridge where the bear was, because my bike slowed down, and then
I'd imagine you going outside and go, ugh.
That's literally what happened.
So yeah. But it's, like I said, I think because the expectations have been kept to a minimum on this game, I think people are actually surprised that it's better than what people thought. Oh, yeah. And I'm just enjoying just going round and just doing stuff, you know what I mean? Even though there is the whole petrol thing and bike getting broken for just stupid reasons. But
I want to be able to ride a horse. Like, I want Red Dead Redemption to come.
But I haven't brought up Colin Moriarty in a long time. But he made a really good point. But he actually said about how, because I was saying, like, I actually feel sounds weird, but like connected to the bike more, like I care more about the bike.
Yeah.
But he was saying that like for him, he feels more connected to the bike than he does for like horses in Red Dead Redemption because the horses in Red Dead Redemption can just die at any point. It could just happen because somebody shoots it or something. It's like that horse could just go at any point, so he doesn't feel as like connected to it. But with the bike, it's like it's always there with you, even if it gets battered up and everything, you just refix it and like you're upgrading it and everything, so you feel more connected to that. And I actually think that's true. Like the bike is part of it. It's almost like a character in the game in terms of like it's really important, and you almost feel like you have to look after it and stuff as well. And I think that's true. I think like it does a good job of making the bike a really big deal.
Yeah.
And I think they talked about how they designed a lot of the world around the bike and stuff like that. But yeah.
You can see when you're driving around why they've designed the world around the bike.
And then they went, you know what? All that fun stuff that we put in there, we're gonna ruin it so that you don't do jumps and fun stuff. You're not gonna stop hearing about this for a long time. So it's been fun. I don't think, again, like in terms of the story, I'm not massively invested. I think it's okay. I'm not like, oh, big twist. Oh, I was about to give. I'm not going to take the twists.
Don't take it.
But
don't ruin it for people.
But like the twists are just like, okay, you know what I mean? It's not like.
Nothing major.
It's nothing. It's just like it's the sort of story you've heard before, but it's like it's enough to keep you going through the game and just enjoying it. Really, I'm more into like just getting better guns and upgrading stuff. Like I'm into that.
So when you had to choose which camp you
the first camp.
The first camp. Oh, see, I chose the first camp as well.
I did because again, you know how it made it really easy to decide for me. I'm giving... I don't even care. Spoilers, whatever. So basically, if you sent the person or whatever... You can send people and stuff. If you sent it to the first one, it gave you a reputation as well as, like, other benefits. With the other one, it practically gave you nothing.
Yeah.
So I was just like, what's the point? Obviously that one.
Yeah.
And to be fair, the other camp... kind of scumbags. But we're not going to go into that. We're not going to go into that.
They are such a scumbag.
So yeah, there are... And I really actually like that you, like... build up a reputation with each camp and like you get unlock better upgrade. I think that's really clever and it encourages you to do things in those areas. But I actually found like I'm surprised it didn't really feel like there was a lot to actually do in each area. I found like I was expecting like icons all over the map and that's what I like to do. I like to just go to each thing and do it. But there's basically the few medical centers on the map and that's kind of it. And I'm really surprised because I felt like I did all the stuff in the first area really fast. There is actually more to do, but it just doesn't show it till later on, which I thought was bizarre. Yeah. So Jodie, we've talked extensively for way too long on that topic. So
that could have been a
what
show in
score
itself.
would you give Days Gone in terms of the game score?
They've actually been quite clever on what they've done, and it's kind of nice to finally have a game that I can get into, like because I bought a few games over the last couple of months and not got into any of them.
You're the definition of a PlayStation exclusive enthusiast, aren't you? Yeah, it's all about those PlayStation exclusives.
Oh, definitely. So I would give it probably a 7.
Okay.
Out of 10 on our normal scoring.
Okay.
And then
so that's kind of like above average. Good.
Yeah, I mean, there's stuff they can improve on. Mm-hmm. I think because I've had all this glitchiness stuff going on, that's why it's come down a little bit. Mm-hmm. And then morality, I'd probably like 4 or 5, just because of a bit of blood coming out.
Bit of blood coming out.
You kill him.
There's more than that. I mean, there's a guy who literally gets his arm burnt off.
Oh yeah. I mean, like there's like so about 4.
Blowtorch.
Yeah. I didn't really want to bring that up, but yeah.
So yeah, I would give it a 7 as well. That's what I was thinking. I think it's above average. It's really weird to say because like when I'm saying it's just such an average. It's the definition of an average game, but again, it's just like it does that average stuff really well, and it is quite polished. There's some technical issues which we both experienced, but it's not like I didn't feel like for me it was all the time. It was like a couple of times, and then you either just restart the game or reload. It's fine.
Mine was all the time.
There's something clearly wrong with yours. I would uninstall it and reinstall it if I were you.
But I'll lose my
You won't.
Okay. I'll try it later.
So, yeah, so I think that. And then in terms of the morality score, yeah, I think we're looking at around 4 or 5. It's difficult because I haven't experienced it all yet, but there's potential craziness ahead, I don't know.
So we can give it a pre-score, I think.
Okay.
Give it the pre-score.
Yeah,
That's
but
my
one thing I was
pre-score.
actually, which if you actually saw the preview in terms of they did like the first hour of the game,
Yeah.
like a while ago, they actually had I was really surprised, but they took out the choices. So at the first thing, you remember the very first guy right at the start, and he's basically like, shoot me, I don't want to get eaten by the horde. Right at the start, that you chasing him.
Oh yeah.
Well, in the preview, they played that bit, and it gave you the choice to either shoot him or to let him just get killed by the horde.
I'm
And
not gonna lie, I would have let him get killed by the horde.
okay, Jody makes different decisions than I would. But anyway, like it just took they took all that out of it, which I was really surprised at. And I'm like, that game was practically finished at that point. So I'm surprised they basically gone in and just took out all of the choices, and I'm like, I wonder what the point of that was. Interesting.
Probably too. Don't know. It's probably too much for the game. But there you go.
I don't know. I just wonder if they just took it out because they basically were like, it probably doesn't affect the game anyway. You're making different decisions, so just like not bother because people seem to get annoyed by that sort of thing. But there you go. So that surprised me. So there you go. That was the very long explanation of Days Gone.
Yeah.
Mainly because we've had many an experience.
It's clearly like when we've both been playing a game, we just go off on one.
But it's worth it playing it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I think it's one of those games as well that you could probably just wait to go down in price if you're not. Well, I don't think you'd be crying about it, and it probably will go down reasonably quick. It is worth noting that they're adding a bunch of stuff to it next month, I believe. New modes and all sorts of stuff. So there you go. So that has been reviews of the week, and Jodie, this is going to be a rare occasion, but I think this show's gone on for way too long.
What?
So I think we are going to officially finish there this week.
I was looking forward to topic of the week.
So we hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. If you absolutely hated it, give it a thumbs down. And if you want to see loads more content just like this, hit that subscribe button and the bell button.
Ding ding.
I don't know why it makes me laugh every time. You'll be notified of every new video coming out very, very soon. So thanks for joining us. We'll see you very soon.